Career is a vehicle that helps you to journey towards an end that you see for yourself.
I'm one of the 1% of the 1% who desire to work in a particular industry, and I'm actually functioning in it right now. Welcome to Insight 360, powered by Junior Achievement Nigeria. And with me in the studio today is Mr. Tayo Opatayo, a leadership expert and certified coach for professionals. You're welcome, Mr. Tayo.
Thank you, Jenna.
It's a pleasure to have you in the studio today. As a child, one of the things I desired to become was a broadcaster, and that was inspired by watching Fumiko and Sirisoba on NTA News every night. And it inspired me to start reading newspapers and basically just admiring everything around broadcast. And of course, it's not far-fetched from what I'm doing today. As a child, what did you desire to do, or what was your inspiration around who you wanted to become?
Thank you, Toby. As a child, I wanted to be an aeronautic engineer.
Wow.
And what informed that was that I grew up early listening and to stories about people do great things in the US, NASA. I also was opportune to read lots of biographies of American presidents when I was young. So it informed a sort of desire to do something that seemed grandiose, right? and also to pursue a career that would actually change the world. So I felt that aeronautic engineering with the different things as regards being involved in building or maintaining rockets and all that were going to be very important in the future.
Cool stuff.
Was going to look like something part of changing the world. So that was what I had in mind.
But what's happening now?
Well, now, so in the last couple of 2 decades, I've been through all the experiences around managing people, building organizational strategy, setting corporate direction, being able to also coach leaders and managers and people and help high-performing individuals and teams to unleash their potential and become better at what they do. So
amazing. Okay, all of that sounds so beautiful, but can we calm down because of our audience, the young people? In your own opinion and based on your experience as well, what are the key things that young people should focus on when picking a career? I mean, we're in the world where it's a global table and everything seems to be advancing as it relates to technology. What are the career options that people should have, and what are the factors that should inform the career selection?
Okay, thanks, Toby. I think the first thing is for young people to understand what career means. Right?
Exactly.
So when we say career, the word is from the Latin word carus, right? And what that means is that a wheeled vehicle. Invariably, what you're saying about career is that career is a subset or accumulation or an addition or a sum up of all the jobs or the work experiences you've had in the course of a lifetime, in a particular period, right, towards a particular end, right? So the end might be towards carrying you towards financial freedom, carrying you towards security, carrying you towards fulfillment, self-fulfillment, carrying you towards fulfilling potential, whatever it is, right? Career is a vehicle that helps you to journey towards an end that you see for yourself.
Right.
So every young person, right, should be able to understand that about the career. Now, if you ask me and say, how should I choose that vehicle? How should I select a career that will make me, at the end of the day, when in my 60s or 70s, feel good, or feel as if I've not wasted time with my life, or feel as if I've been able to impact people? How do I go about selecting that career? Or even if I find myself in something that I feel is not worthwhile, how do I change?
Right.
So I'll just use an acronym for it, using the word career itself. The first one is a checklist of, number one, is there calling in whatever you feel that is a venture you want to step out of? So what I mean by calling is that, do you come with a mindset that what I want to put my effort, my mental, my emotional, my physical resources into, is there a higher sense of purpose about it?
Right.
Am I serving something beyond myself? Even if I'm going to be an accountant, if I'm going to be a media specialist, if I'm going to be an AI analyst, if I'm going to be a data analyst, if I'm going to be a project manager, whatever I want to do I feel that beyond a meal ticket, beyond a security, an assurance of paying bills, do I feel that there is a sense of mission, a personal sense, of pursuit of something,
right?
Just beyond wanting to have something to pay the bills. That's number one.
Right.
There needs to be that fuel in you, because no matter the job you get, no matter the organization you work with, no matter the trajectory of the field of discipline you pursue, you're going to need to face all those and obstacles and overcome them. Nothing comes easy. But then the sense of calling, right, helps you to be able to understand that, look, there's more to this than my waking up in the morning and going to job. What that means is that you regulate and self-motivate yourself for whatever you are doing. It then means that if you have a boss that is not really understanding you at some point, or celebrating you like you want to be celebrated, or you have an organization that you will feel that is not training you as much as you want to train you and all that and stuff, you will go on a self-drive because your calling helps in setting a compass for you.
So it's basically the fuel.
Absolutely, and helps in setting direction for you, very clear. The second is meaning that, do you have the ability? Okay, so do you have the natural strength? Do you have the raw talent in the area that you feel that, okay, I want to have career? For instance, for people that are entry-level people,
right,
you don't have to have experience, right? If you, like you mentioned, you had the dream of pursuing a career in the media space and all, that would have been raw ability, which we are now seeing, even if it's not mainstream media, but we're seeing that based on your work and what you do with Jan, you are also then pursuing an affiliated interest, and you are skilled, or you are the best person to be doing this today. So what that means is that there's already raw talent, right? The raw ability that you had. So you didn't have to engage this or show your value in mainstream broadcasting, right? You, based on your role, could easily step into this based on the demand of the job, or what the Jan's corporate goals are about this Insight 360. So do you have the abilities, right? So many people say, I want to pursue a career in law, and yet the truth is that they don't have the natural ability for confidence. Okay, in a career like law that says that you need to be able to face an opponent, face the judge, use facts of the case to convince, right, and then use precedences and all other legal nuances. Okay, you might have someone that wants to just be behind the scenes.
Right.
If that is your natural ability and all, right, it's not bad, but there are other career paths that will make you, that you can excel in such, right? So do you have also the natural strength? So you want to be a broadcaster, for instance. You want to be in a sphere that involves looking at people, speaking eloquently,
right?
But there's a threshold,
right?
No matter the level of training that people go through, there are people that are already having inherent strength in how to communicate.
Absolutely.
So if somebody, for instance, is on an index of, let's say, between 1 and 10 on a 7, and another person is on a 2, the training is going to come on both the 2 and the 7. But guess what? Out of both, who do you think will be able to leapfrog better or be able to optimize whatever trainings they go through better? So it just means that natural abilities, raw talents also have a lot to do in the kind of career that you will excel in. The third is resourcefulness. So you have calling, you have the sense of direction. You feel that you've highlighted some abilities that are also natural talents. The third is that, look, charity begins at home. There's nothing that you say, that you feel that I have natural tendencies for.
that
people will not informally be resourcing you for.
Sure.
So your aunt needs someone, she feels that, oh, this person has computing head, right? Please come and help me calculate these sums and all that stuff, because you have natural talent to be able to quickly see figures, magnetize, compute them together, and all that strength that is useful in the field, right? People feel that you naturally put things together, okay? That you don't have to be into catering, you don't have to be into event planning, but would be setting up a wedding or a birthday, but still tell the event planner that I want my niece to be involved. I want you to carry my niece along, because guess what? She just has the natural tendencies to be able to ask questions, be intuitive about things and all. So people are resourcing you, right? They, even informally, without even necessarily paying for it, for those things they're getting from you. So that's a pointer to this might present options of career paths that I might, pursue and excel in. The fourth one is enthusiasm. Do you, in all this, and I always sometimes in trainings or in coaching, always plot this graph, like passion about what I do versus love for what I do. Are two different things. So enthusiasm, are you passionate or interested even in that area? Because you might be passion for what I do versus strength, right? Or natural talent in what I do. Okay, you might be passionate about something that you don't have natural strength for, and you have natural strength for something that you actually are not passionate about. Right. Think through how many conversations we had with people that you feel that you call your friend's name and say, you know you're good at this, but you never pay attention to it because you're focusing on something else. But you're good at this. Right. And the person said, yeah, well, and you give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instances of how they've excelled in something that they've done for you, they've done for other colleagues, they've done for friends and all. So you find them having natural strengths and giftings in those areas, but then they're not interested. They're not interested, right? Or you find people, I don't want to shake tables, but you find them entering studios to go and record. Everybody wants to make it or big it, especially with guys in this generation. We're
all content creators.
Even the songs and all. And you find out that there is zero talent for music. Zero strength, right? Either in voice inflections, in pitching, in even what we call the music air. Nothing.
Mr. Is throwing shades.
You wonder who sent you there properly. Anyway, and stuff. But there's arguments sometimes that who cares? They just need to be entertainers, right? And they don't have to be musically inclined. Well, that's the subjective anyway. But there must be enthusiasm, right? You must be passionate about what you want to do. I entered this room and I could feel the energy of people here with us that are passionate about their jobs, right? As they're guiding us in this podcast, right? So you can feel it when people are enthusiastic. And what happened with enthusiasm is that it's an energy that even fuels collaborativeness, right? People want to do things with you. People want to whatever career you've chosen, people want to recommend you. People want to even give you a chance when you don't have all the requirements or criteria. All right, so the second E is environment, which is the fifth consideration in the acronym. And this means the conditioning that you have personally and also what's going on around you. What do I mean? When you want to select a career, when you want to change career, one of the things you should be asking or you should be looking out for is what kind of environment would I thrive best in? Right. And it comes with lots of self-awareness, right? What kind of person am I? Would I thrive best in an environment where I like to be more of an independent worker, right? Would I thrive more in an environment where it's very projectized, it's very team-based? Would I thrive more in an environment where the kind of work that they do, it's short project sprints, right, and not routine, where it's consulting type, that you work on a project or you work on even multiple projects, right? You get done, you move, or a normal kind of work environment that I'm plugging into one of the operational functions or client-facing functions, but not the project or consulting type.
Right.
All these are important to be able to select, because guess what? Some people are naturally wired that no matter the juiciness or the attractiveness of the job and the role, they will not really be the best fit or thrive in a high tempo, fast-paced consulting type work. While those that might thrive in a fast-paced consulting type work and all might not thrive in your routine operational work. And over time, they come with high energy, over time they get bored and all that. And the last is R, the second R, which is result. No matter where you are, you need to always consider it as a launch board or springing board, right? For your decision making to either a new career or to changing careers. What do I mean? As a young undergraduate with little or no experience, right? Result is contextual.
Right.
So when you understand the demands of what a new career path will show, you need to start asking yourself, what results have I gotten? For instance, results might be the fact that you've written articles for a faith-based organization.
Right.
That is still a level of performance or little wins in your desired career path. So even if you go for an interview and you're being asked, okay, what have you done as an entry level or as a new professional? Oh, I've written some 10 short poems. I've written articles for my school alumni.
Right.
What am I trying to say? Everybody has a track record of doing something relevant to whatever they feel that they have interest, passion, and skills for. It's just for you to be able to adequately identify it and label it properly.
Right.
And then when you look at all these 6 things that I mentioned, right? So calling, ability, resourcefulness, enthusiasm, environment, result. By the time you have them as a checklist and you are objective with yourself in answering or being able to properly state where you are within those 6 elements, you are on the right track to making a great career decision that you'll be a great fit. And then you just bring your best self, attitude, commitment to work. Thank you.
Wow. Amazing. This is so important. And it's very spot on, because all I hear is documentation. You must document your journey, because the only way to be able to identify all of this is that you're documenting and you're paying attention to yourself, self-development and self-identification, like you have said. So for me, I would like us to speak to what are the careers that are obtainable in our climate right now, in this global economy, tech advanced, environment where everyone is speaking tech. Should we all go into tech? Is tech the only way? What should we focus on? What are the key things that we should be identifying, and what kinds of jobs are obtainable and, that employers are quick to spot on to say, okay, I'm going to hire you for this and all of that? What should we be concentrating on?
Thank you, Toby. So what I'll quickly say is that it might be dangerous to label authoritatively the kind of careers that would be, in quote, best for people to jump on in these times, because technology is actually a moving train.
Right.
Change is happening. It might be better to say, what are the skills or what are the competencies, what are the abilities or what are the knowledge that people should have that can make them to plug into relevant jobs or careers based on the reality of today and tomorrow. Okay, so the first thing is, more than ever before, people need to accept and adopt problem-solving skills. Problem solving is a competence that would help to be able to plug into any relevant career. Number 2, critical thinking skills. The ability to be able to question, not take things face value, right? And be able to probe and be able to find out really how things connect or the interplay between things, trends, analysis, and be able to connect. And of course, we can easily say, oh, you can plug that into business analysis, you can put that to, but it's more than that, right? It's also the fact that whatever relevant careers are at play in different industries across the world as technology moves and there's shift also in the way work is done, you are ready for it. And as long as you're equipped to problem solve, you're equipped to critical thinking, and then you continue on a journey of maturing emotionally wise, all right? So what we call emotional intelligence. Right? Whether you like it or not, right? You would need that in everything you would do on a job, right? Or a career to be successful. There are many things, but those three things, so people say, oh, career, presentation, communication, teamwork, well, all those things come, but for me, I think the top three, right, every time will be emotional intelligence, critical thinking, problem solving skill. Because even if you are going to build an AI, either you're going to work with an AI, because you're going to that AI, you will need these three. You will need to build an AI, to work with an AI, to leverage an AI, to leverage technology itself, to be even at the forefront of trend setting or pace setting any technology, or working with any technology, and not be replaceable, so to speak, right? You will need problem solving skills, you need critical thinking skills, and you need lots of emotional intelligence.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So the next question is, at what point should I begin to consider a career switch? And I'm asking this question also in infusing the millennials, right? We've had cases where some of them are already beginning to wonder and worry about the fact that their jobs are not really existing. Even if they are, they may not be on a high demand base, right? So at what point should we begin to consider career switch? Should we say, oh, it's not going well in this direction, I'm not seeing the result that I want to see? Also, speaking to the acronym you've given around career, right? What should be considered in taking a transition journey?
At the point when you feel or you're certain that whatever job you're on takes more from you beyond how you are refueling, how you are re-energizing, how you are re-engaging. And what do I mean? It's so simple. When you get to that point that you start to question, why am I still working here? What am I doing here? Why am I still doing this job? And you cannot connect the dots between your own sense of personal mission and then whatever the job is about.
Right.
Okay? It then means that there is going to become a deficit in that social transaction, in that emotional transaction. You then find out from that point is downward. You are not even depositing in yourself anymore any emotional resources to be able to start, or mental resources or intellectual resources to be able to start facing head on what you require. You just find out that once you start questioning and you don't have these answers, what then just means is that coming to that job every day would start having a withdrawal, that you are not fixing, you are not refocusing, you are not re-energizing. And what that means is that over time there'll be a strain. Okay, over time you start making errors, over time lack of commitment, over time the wrong perception, you might sell the wrong perception to other people, because they're going to feel that you are not, maybe you're becoming disloyal, you are uncommitted. You might even make both small and big errors. That might then cost some of your credibility and your professionalism, or the perspective about knowing what you're doing and being equipped to do what you're doing. So at the point when you start, you need to start asking. And there's a difference between career switch and job switch.
Right.
So what I just said is job switch. Should I switch jobs? The career part is at the point when you feel that am I fulfilled in what I'm doing generally in this field, right? In this field, in this space. Do I feel a sense of contribution?
Right.
Do I see myself being able to contribute to better advancement, better development, better exposure, even grooming people in this space, in my space as a media professional, in my space as an HR professional, in my space as a medical doctor. Do I see myself? We have medical doctors that have transited into the world of development. We have medical doctors that are now superior data analysts or superior administrators. So people sustainably can use those checkpoints to change. I'm not saying that people don't change careers for other reasons.
Right.
People change careers at crisis points. People change careers when they need to pay bills.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that when you have the latitude of reflecting and planning for a career change, when you have that latitude, these are some of the things that can help you. And lastly, do a SWOT.
Okay.
Right? When you have that latitude, right? Don't start a career transition journey without doing a SWOT. And ensure that you carry people that along in that SWOT, that you can show results of that SWOT and can tell you if you are, permit me to use the word of this on this podcast, bullshitting yourself or not, or if you are really true with yourself. So you're asking yourself, what strengths do I have towards a new career that I want to transition? What do I have? What am I bringing on board? What weaknesses can be? A weakness can be the fact that you are not accredited in a particular area that will require you to even practice or license. That might be a weakness. So that means, what are the things I need to do to prepare for that transition? What are the opportunities that I can explore? Are there opportunities? Opportunities might be that, for instance, this is about Nigeria. So Nigeria, we're having lots of japa. Opportunities might be that lots of people are leaving and there is space being left for you to step into a particular area, right? But a lot of threats. Threats might be as simple as moving to a career without more or less minimum wage.
That's true.
Right? Can be threats. So these are the realities. Right? So when you list out, you SWOT and list, they help you even to be objectively prepared. For your career switch.
Right.
Not only making that career switch, when to make that career switch, how to make that career switch, those to carry along in making that career switch, can be objectively planned for.
Wow, this has been so insightful.
Thank you.
What are your last words for young people as it relates to work readiness and getting integrated into the workspace?
So I'll just say that the longer time of your life as a young person is going to be about you, in quote, working, having different jobs, different careers. It's going to take a minimum of, like we say, 8 hours in a day. And we know that sometimes it's longer.
It's longer, yeah.
And I would admonish you that if you're going to have that lots of time, lots of years dedicated, in quote, to doing work or working in your lifetime, why not ensure that you are working in the best of areas that you find fulfillment, that you'll be a blessing to people, that you'll be able to impact your community, that you bring your best self to work, that you grow, that you see what is called potential actually live out, right? To pour in everything out and being someone that you can see as really, really unleashed everything that they are capable of doing. So why would you not, right, commit to that journey and commit to finding everything that you can express, right, on this earth before you pass on? That's what I think would be my last. Like I always tell people, right, the ultimate essence in self-leadership and also even pursuing anything on earth is to live to die empty.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. Amazing. This has been a great session. And we really just want to say thank you to Mr. Tayo for bringing his wealth of experience to this session today. There is nothing that he has said that is not applicable to every one of us, regardless the demography that we belong to. I hope you enjoyed this and you're going to take actions from this. Thank you for now and have a great one. Bye.
Thank you.